Well, hello and welcome to Pieces of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. On time and everything working pretty smoothly today. I updated my, whatever you call this, application program that helps me be live with you fine folks. It is Monday, so yeah. Hope everybody made it through the weekend, had a good time. I did. We had a lot of fun. 2 wins at the doubleheader, for those who are wondering about my boys and their soccer, which is fun. I also joined what's called an Escalation League, which is a tabletop gaming league for Warhammer 40k. So we're back on painting lots of Tyranids on top of, like, you know, the other like 5,000 projects I've got going on. But the project that I'm working on live is our massive Godfrey and his buddy Serosh. And he's so big. Alrighty. Gotta make sure you get underneath him because he's so yeah, really big, massive model. Here comes one of my children. What do you think?
It's nice.
It's nice?
Yeah.
Are you excited to see it finished?
Yeah.
Me too.
What happened to its body?
That's just how it's designed. It doesn't have, like, all of its body. It's kind of weird. And we do need to put on the armor wash on this section here.
Do you have anyone watching it?
I don't know. I turned that thing off. I kind of find it better if I don't pay attention if anybody's watching and I just go. So anyway, so we got to take this guy down. And that is why we haven't glued some of it together, so we can kind of pull him apart and work on him and then get him together for the pretty pictures, because, you know, we want to do pretty pictures later. Alright. Like, all this is still, all of these parts to this arm are still done, including the pauldron, are undone, I mean. That way, when I need them, I can do that. Oh. And Mr. Godfrey, sit over here.
Can I have a sparkling water?
Okay, you want to bring me one? Awesome.
What would you like?
Well, I just drank an orange one. What's in there? Lemon?
Lemon and...
Yeah, bring one of those lemon ones. Alright. I got them all off of, like, sugary sodas, but they still, and myself included, this is me too. I only tell myself. So we got ourselves off of a lot of the normal soda. We occasionally still have them, but man, like, that stuff definitely makes you fat, so I was gonna get off it. But they're now addicted to soda waters, or at least some of them are. This one is. He loves them. Which is, yeah, it's great. It's better to do that there. Good morning, Mr. McBeardsley. How are you, sir? Oh, yes. Here comes my... Let me see. Now we have somebody watching. Sir McBeardsley Esquire is his screen name. I see you got a yellow lemon one as well. Watch out, you're going to knock over my plant back there. Pull the seat forward. There you go. You all plop down pretty hard. We talking about sparkling waters? We are talking about sparkling waters. I love soda. Like, I grew up in the restaurants, and then I worked in restaurants forever. So, like, soda is like free soda all over the place. Really bad for you. So you build up, like, that addiction, as you well know, sir, that some other folks that are watching may not. You build up this addiction where you're like, oh my god, I love soda. And so you drink a whole lot of it, and it's not good for you. Sir McBeardsley says, my favorite sparkling waters are Liquid Death. It really helped kick my soda addiction. Yeah, it's helped me get off the sugar sodas, that's for sure. Alright, we're going to crank up some music. we're going with Epidemic Sound today. I'm assuming that they're related to Epidemic Lounge. Stuff's a little different. It's kind of cool. A little bluesy, jazzy. So, alright, let's switch over to our paint camera, which is way up high today. We're going to bring it down. Alright. This is the day what we're going to try to do is work on his face. Now, are you leaving now that nobody can see you? Yeah. Kids. McBeardsley says, do you ever drink any liquid death sparkling waters? I highly recommend them, especially the severed lime flavor. That's my favorite. I've had them before. I like the ones we get because they're cheap. I get them at Sam's and they cost me less money. And that is the beginning and the end of why I like them. So there you go. Okay, so with our cat, we're gonna kind of do the same thing we were doing with everything else. That's totally fair. I definitely try to get the deals. Alright, so we kind of want to... This will get weird because it's going to kind of look like we're giving him mascara and stuff, but that's kind of what we want to do. Is we want to get into these little gaps. Yeah, I don't know that I've had a sparkling water I didn't like, honestly. I used to love them when we were kids. You used to be able to get these New York seltzers. Was like the big deal. And we used to drink the air-living snot out of those things. And then somehow we just all started drinking Coca-Cola instead. Probably McDonald's. It usually says, so no farmers market last weekend. Oh, that's unfortunate. So, oh yeah, it did rain all weekend. Yeah, it kept raining off and on all weekend. Soccer was indoor, so, you know, it worked out. So thunderstorms kind of ruined it. But we still went and got brunch at a place in Blanchard called Crispy's. It was good. Liked their food. Shout out to Crispy's in Blanchard. If you're ever in Blanchard, Oklahoma, go check them out. Highly recommended by the one and only Sir Beardsley Esquire. This is a little funky. Then I broke down. It makes me play back in. Broke down and decided to get into collecting cards again. So I bought some Pokemon boosters and a starter pack of Magic the Gathering Middle Earth Edition. Oof! I definitely can't afford to be getting into cards. Warhammer is as expensive as Warhammer and Dungeons and Dragons are probably about all I got time for it. And budget, like that stuff, man, those cards can get crazy. And this is very similar to the way we did the face on our Godfrey himself. We're just going to kind of knock out these shadowed areas with the shadow. Hello, son. Back again, huh?
Yes.
Do you guys want me to? You guys want to be seen?
No.
No.
I don't want to. I just came in here.
Oh my gosh. Say hi, everybody. Okay. And let's put that up here. Is that entertaining?
Yeah.
Okay, so McBeardly say, I really like Magic the Gathering. Their art is great. I enjoy the way it plays. Pokemon is purely for collection. I'm also going to get some Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to watch the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cartoon, like, we used to smoke a gang of weed and chill out and watch it on, I don't remember what day it was. Someday I was off when I was younger. Good times. So this other track, this is weird. That's a little better. Some strange music, man. So for the scar, I'm going to go a little magenta. And I'll probably put a little of that crimson in here too. That's that Alizarin Crimson in it as well. Just a tiny little bit of overpaint. I want to get rid of that one because it isn't going to match a lot of our other colors. Yeah, they all disappeared as soon as I put the camera thing up. It's weird. I don't know. I used to have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I gave them up. This is McBeardly talking. To a buddy years and years ago. And then he said hello to my children, which they left. They're so weird. Kids are so finicky. Especially these days, I don't know. We were more entertained by things like when we were kids. Like this would have, we wouldn't have wanted. We would have been in there watching it maybe, but we wouldn't have been like sitting right there being bored. We would have found something to do. And then McBeardly says it was on Cartoon Network for a good time. I also watched it back in the days when the Cartoon Network had anime like Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Sailor Moon, etc. I think I saw like this, bro. This was like back when it like premiered on like Fox or some stuffy stuff like that. Wherever it was when it was like very first came out. I don't think it was. I don't remember it being on the Cartoon Network because I didn't pay for cable and we were watching it at my house. So I'm pretty sure it was. It wasn't on. You don't pay for TV. It's just ridiculous to me. Always has been. Like I've always like, why would I pay for television? Now I like nowadays. I like my kids have these subscription services, which makes more sense to me than like buying a whole cable package. Like I never. That's the main thing I didn't like about cable packages. Is like, okay, well I'm paying for a bazillion channels I'm never gonna watch, and like I have to pay for the whole thing. Man, I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't want to really flip through it. I want to be able to like turn on what I want to watch and watch what I want to watch. So when they came up with the idea of streaming services, that's when I was like, okay, now that makes sense. I can, you know, watch what I want to watch. I mean, if you treat it the way it's designed, it'll start finding the stuff you want to watch for you. You just have to figure out how its little algorithm talks and then get it to go munchy munchy. Anything that makes your algorithm munchy munchy. That's why I appreciate all you fine folks that drop by and see me from time to time. Crazy weekend. It was good times. So it's always nice when the boys win a game, you know? It's always good times. Alright, we gotta take a look at our source material here real quick. Oh, come on, you're not gonna let me listen to this? And then, oh, you little punk. Okay, it's got him with like a white nose. Lips are kind of black. You get a little bit of a transition to maybe like a dark magenta there in the nose. White, just straight white lightning eyes. Funky ass teeth. Fleshy tongue. Almost version on purple here. Highlights. Okay, cool. Okay, so probably gonna want that pale terracotta back for the tongue. It looks like we can just go ahead and Payne's gray this whole lip. In this area here. Rasmus is back. Hello, hello. Sir Beers said, I still get excited about the cool looking sticks. Yeah. That's funny. Welcome back, friend. Nice to have you here. Back from vacation. Rasmus is back. So now I can die over and over again, and Elden Ring boss is watching the stream. There you go. It does seem relentless. The game seems like it is just non-stop. Butt whooping, butt after butt whooping. It looks relentless. I mean, relentless. The only game I really play, well, there's two games I guess I play anymore. Well, like console games, I guess, because I goof off on my phone and play Sudoku and stuff, so, but that doesn't really count. But I play Fallout, and that's pretty much what I play. But, you know, I did play Sekiro and Dark Souls. Brutal games. Those games were rough. I don't know that I beat either one of them, if I'm honest. I have a hectic life, and like sometimes it's hard to be able to sit down and play a game that long, because you gotta practice at that game. At least Dark Souls. I don't know how. They say Elden Ring's a little bit easier. That could be just people saying that because they're trying to get me to play the game. Like Beardsley says, I recently went back and 100% achievements in Dark Souls 2 again. Now I'm working on Dark Souls 3. Once that's done, I'll have 100% Dark Souls 1 through 3 and Elden Ring. Nice. That's a lot of work. A lot of work. Kind of get a little bit out. That sounds like my kids are washing dishes. That's just the way we like it. A little bit of magenta. Well, we're gonna work on blending a lot of that in later, but we want to make that little mark so we know it's gonna be there. Okay. It looked like it had a lot of the inside of its mouth. It's that darker color. But I don't know if I want to do the whole inside of its mouth. I should look a couple looks at tigers. More discussion about Elden Ring and the DLC. Rasmus is asking about whether or not Beardsley has played it. Beardsley says he is still working through that. What we might do is we'll come in here and just these places where we need to make some shadows. This is a strange song. I don't know that I really need somebody singing over me talking. That seems a little odd. Man, he went on for a minute. More singing. Oh well. I'm not gonna sit here and fast forward through it the whole time we're on here. That's ridiculous. Okay. I almost want to dry brush this on here. See what that looks like. Just let that down. Careful. We'll drink a coffee. Cheers. Rasmussen says, totally understand. I'm trying to beat Mesmer, which is a sneaky boy. Man, that would be. Is he like a? What kind of? I need to look that one up. Cause I might keep doing some of these Elden Ring pieces. They are really cool. I don't necessarily know that I want to play the game, but I definitely like doing their little miniatures. Their miniatures are interesting. Anyway, so yeah, favorite boss of all time is Roman. Changed all his movesets. When you get down to a game where you have to learn things movesets, you know you're into some serious shit. We may just do this to kind of get an idea of what we really want to be doing here. I'll come back in with the brush and actually put some more work down. This will soften up some of these edges a little bit for us. Kind of give us a look at what we're trying to do. Yep. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to come in with a brush. There's just too much fine detail. And not like the hair. The hair is like, it's a different kind of fine detail. Alright, well. I'll come in here and do this shit the hard way. Oh my goodness, y'all are going fast. I haven't made it to Mesmer or Romania yet. Recently beat the Golden Hippo. That sounds just amazing. Golden Hippo. And the Scanditree Avatar. Good job murdering evil Scooby-Doo tree. Oh my gosh. Is it like a villain from Scooby-Doo, or the tree looks like Scooby-Doo? 18 inches of Mesmer. Mesmer, really cool looking. They would have a collector's edition figure for him. He's 18 inches tall. Another snake boy. 18 inches of Mesmer. That's naughty. This is a family program, sir. It is definitely not. If you brought your kids here, we will probably give them caffeine and teach them how to gamble. That is typically what I teach everyone's children when they leave their children here. So be that a warning to everyone. Don't leave your kids with Pat. He will teach them how to gamble and hop them up on caffeine. Oh, he says it's a big tree. Elden Ring is big on trees. Yeah, I've noticed that. The DLC known as the Scandu tree. Scandu is Old English for shadow. Yeah, Scandu avatar. Scandu tree talking. Yeah, right. So is it like a shadow tree or? I mean, I get it's in the shadow of the Erd tree or whatever, but like, is the figure itself like a shadowy tree? Yeah, kind of. That'd be cool. Have to look it up. I like watching the fights. I just don't want to do them. My son's pretty good at them, so you know, watching him do it's kind of fun. He appears to say, yeah, kind of like a shadowy wilted tree or sunflower. Interesting. I'm definitely going to have to check it out. It sounds cool. Sounds like it would be a neat model. Probably gonna spend like 2 days on this phase. If I'm honest, we're gonna be on it for a minute. And it's another unfortunate set of print lines. You can see it right there, right down through it. Spiritually, I enjoyed the fight. My favorite fight so far was Reliana. Her moves are really cool. DLC has a lot of bosses with really cool moves. I love the Divine Dancing Lion. Is that the one that's the oh, it's like the New Year's Lion, the multi-person costume thing. I've seen it. It looks really neat. It'd be a fun one to paint too. That's really cool. I've always loved those lions. The lion costumes themselves, they're really neat. I mean, I like lions in general. This lion's pretty freaking cool. Here they come to ask about playing on the Xbox. Oh, no. I was wrong. They must have some more chores to do. At least they're well trained. Alright, so once I got that main coat in here, now I'm really trying to focus on getting areas where the light is going to hit the most, the absolute most. And then leave those other areas more in shadow. Or maybe a few places we need to just bring up the volume of the color just to separate some of the wrinkles and such out. But the idea is to leave those shadows where those shadows are. And that little dry brush did kind of help a little bit. But we probably could have just gone straight to this and it had been, we could have gotten the same results. They're whispering about something. That's always suspect. They've been at camp off and on for a lot of the summer, so it's been mostly quiet around here. It's fun to have them back. And then the school year will start here soon, and then it'll be gone again. 'Tis the nature of the time. Well, it did kind of work out where that thing is, just because it's right there on that cut, at least on this side. Got a little groove right here. Really, yeah? Let's see, hold on. McGreevely says he has such a cool idea for a boss. Yeah, the dancing lion thing is awesome. Yeah, it's a scar. It's on his face. When you look at the... He's got a scar on his face. That's from the promotional material. And his eyes look like they're like he's crying silver. It's very strange. It's pretty strange looking, which is to be expected. But yeah, we're gonna work this into being a scar. It's got a little ways to go. We got a couple things we'll have to do to it to finish it up, but it is on the promotional material like that. So it's definitely intended to be a scar. So we got to do a little bit of work to get it to come together right for us, but once it's all said and done, you can see that bottom section is really starting to come together. Relating it as the embodiment, the 50-foot long combos you can punish with one dagger, right one, with the one dagger R1. That's a whole bunch of stuff I don't understand. It's game stuff. Beardsley says it's actually interesting different bosses that people have an easier time with, others find really hard. Vice versa. Yeah, that's from just I belong to the. I think I'm on one on Reddit and one on Facebook for Elden Ring stuff, so I can post these and maybe draw people over. Speaking of drawing people over. If you're new here, hit that like and subscribe. I'm trying to get YouTube to pay for my art supplies. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, that's the coolest thing about the game, I think, is that it does seem like everybody kind of has their own thing that they're like, oh god, that one monster really kicked my butt, and it's not the same for everybody, and I think that's pretty cool. And then there's my son, the like sensei of the controller. I think he came home from camp one night and like beat like a third of the DLC or something. He's crazy. He can just grind through things. Like he understands like how the computer systems work. And so like he can watch something do it once and he really he understands it. And his reaction speed is fast. I mean, the kid's reaction speed with a controller is quick. He practices all the time driving that robot around. That's cool. That's what I'm excited about the school year because we've got another season of robotics coming. Yeah, Rasmus agrees. Fascinating indeed. It's really cool. We briefly say, I also find it interesting that each Souls game has their filter boss for players. You either beat them and kept playing forever, or you got them and gave up forever. Which bosses would you consider filter bosses? Was Rasmus' question. Very good question. That would be my question too. Like, which ones were the ones that really are the benchmark, the crucible, the Rubicon. Rubicon, that's a good word for it. What are the Rubicon bosses? They're the ones when you beat that one, you're in like Flynn, but until that, you're still kind of out in the cold, so to speak. Not part of the. You're not all the way bought in. I'm gonna just kind of keep layering this in. Eliminate any of the shadow that doesn't need to be there. Keep in mind where your light source is coming from. It visually says DS1 had Ornstein and Smo. I don't know, but I butcher some of these pronunciations, I'm sure. DS2 had the Pursuer. DS3 had Lodix Gundor. Bloodborne had Father Gascon. Elden Ring has Margit, the Fell Omen, first encounter. We asked for opinion. We got opinion. Well done, sir. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I actually have no ability to judge whether that opinion is a hot take or it's a pretty true take. Very gently putting just a little tiny bit of that yellow over the top of that. Just slightly too dark there on the muzzle. I don't mind it being pretty dark right underneath his eyes, but we want it to be in some of those places where it's just going to need to be darker and lighter. there's a little bit of, practice and learning that goes along with some of the stuff. My kids are always like, why do you like nature so much, Dad? I'm like, well, because I have to paint nature, guys. Like, what are you talking about? Don't you like nature shows? Like, yeah, they're really cool, but why do you like them? I think to them, I already know all the animals, so like, they're like, why are you still watching this? Rasmus says, "What boss would you say most people quit at? Like, what boss after the filter bosses do you think made most players quit the game for every Soulsborne game?" Warstein or Smog made the most people quit Soul series. Most people didn't really quit after they beat the filter bosses. Maybe Chapel Beast and Bloodborne. I don't know those. Rasmus agrees. I gotta go to cook dinner. Hey, have at it, man. Thanks for stopping by. Heck, we're almost done for the day anyway. Got a good ways today. Got a good start. You really try to leave the darkest part of your shadows at the top of all the crevices. So like the light's coming down this way, we want that dark line up here, so we can get a lot of this coming up to it done. You just don't want to do the inside of it. Yeah. Definitely enjoy your dinner. Got two former chefs here. We're gonna definitely tell you to go eat. Them's the rules. Ornstein the Dragon Slayer and Smog the Executioner really test Dark Soul's ability. It's a tough fight, but it's honestly a very good, very fair fight. They're so cool. Well, I don't know. I don't even know that I remember any of the ones' names that I played. I don't even remember which games I actually played and which ones I didn't. I had lots of folks try to get me into it, so. But I'm a tabletop guy. I like those. I like the tabletop interaction stuff. But I might try it. Might get on there just to be on there. Go name myself pieces that Pat paints and run around. That might be good Get that back out. Oh yeah, I forgot Demon Souls. I think Demon Souls filter boss may have been Tower Knight or something. I don't think people know how many games these guys have made. A lot of people don't anyway. Oh. Sounds like those emergency vehicles are down the street. There's no one in this house. Can't just leave this nose not done. I gotta do at least get this nose done. Come on now. Can't leave that. And we probably could put that wash on this armor too before we sign off for today. Yep, pretty sure this is the last time we'll be using Epidemic Sound. This one's definitely not for us, guys. But, you know, it's worth it. Worth a shot. You never know. You never know. It's just not my style, you know. It's all right. It's all right. Not everything's for everybody. People got to realize that. I wish more people would understand that. I watched a very good video essay on YouTube about how Dark Souls should have failed in all reality, but it barely survived. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, it's one of those games where, like, it goes against the conventional logic. Because the conventional logic of games is people like to have a challenge, but only so much as they're gonna still win. If the challenge is too much, and there's no chance to win, then people stop playing. Typically. But with that Dark Souls game, that is definitely not how that works. That game is hard as hell. But people loved it. And I think that it's a change in the video game world that's done it. It has now gone from a game where, you know, when I was very first playing games, it was, you know, just a simple, fun little jaunt. And now it's gotten to where you have pro gamers and stuff like that. People who, you know, they need that extra level of difficulty. They crave it, and I feel like that's where Dark Souls hit. I'm sorry I get off on these tangents. I need to talk more about Payne more. That's all right, man. This is really just like the whole idea of the show is just to get out here and paint things, and it's kind of like a vlog for my studio. I don't really care what I talk about. Well, there's some things I'll definitely, we're not going to do because, you know, it violates YouTube standards. But for the most part, we can talk about whatever. Plus, it's Dark Souls, and it's related to Elden Ring, same company, all that stuff. It's all Elden Ring related. Works for me. Man, I just can't stop on this. I'm feeling the groove on this lion's face. I gotta keep rolling. We're gonna roll long. We're gonna roll long. We'll roll till this goofy music finishes. just breathe. Deep breaths. Bold strokes. Yeah, that face is mean. Mean. Brr. A little more of that magenta on this nose. I do think Radney's gonna... McBeardsley talking again. I do think Radney's gonna be a cool one. All the blue and white going on. Figure... But her figure itself is interesting because her body is a puppet body. Yeah, I've been looking at that. It looks like I'm excited to do that. I love marionettes and stuff. I have one somewhere. He's an old wizard. One of the few things that survived one of the apartment fires I had when I was younger. No, we won't keep this nose this red. We're definitely gonna bring some of that Payne spray back in here. I felt like getting that a little bit redder was going to be a good idea. Might even come back with a little bit of ink on there to get it to stay wet looking. Maybe. For now, let's get... That's gonna look so good. Ah! Super excited. Oh. What an interesting selection of songs. This one makes more sense than some of the other ones. This one kind of at least fit the kind of dancey beat stuff. Yeah, this one isn't bad. This one's not bad. It's at least more dancey, poppy mix. There are a couple of them that were in there that were like, oof, what is this? Like, it wasn't bad music. It was just like, it didn't fit the rest of what was going on, you know? We'll be back to something more of our normal kind of vibe next tomorrow. But you know, I feel like you gotta try stuff out, you know? You gotta try stuff out. Alright, that's good. That's good for today. We're gonna let that set up and dry itself. I am gonna, however, do a little bit of, if I've got enough. I think I did get enough. Barely. Before I have to make some more. Oh, maybe not. No, that's not gonna be enough to do this. Alright, well, let's go ahead and make some more. Alright, real quick. I don't know if Magic Sword is DMCA free and make really good music. Definitely fit the bill here. Oh, I don't know. Here, let's check it out. So this is just like black oil paint, cheap black oil paint. Okay. And they say it's odorless mineral spirits. It's not odorless. I don't know what their idea of odorless is, but it's not that. This isn't my idea of it. I mean, I get square one. There we go. And you know, it's not an exact science. So you put a little bit of mineral spirits in there, put a little paint in there, and you mix it up. Because some days you're going to want it to have more than other days, more of the actual mineral spirits, and some days you need to add more paint because you'll have some of this stuff from the last time you made it in here. And you'll be able to pick that up, back up in there. It may take a second. You kind of got to trace down the blob and get it to kind of dissolve. It's in there. You can kind of see it right there. And you kind of get this stuff to dissolve. Magic Sword, make epic fantasy electronic synth music. Sounds like the stuff you'd hear in 80s dark fantasy if they had some synth music. It always feels like you're on an epic journey. There you go. Well, if not for this, I'll definitely check it out for my sometimes we play Star Wars or other games other than Dungeons and Dragons. And you'll know it's enough because it'll, when it makes the right look. At least that's how I do it. I'm sure I could get some sort of recipe written for this. that makes it more of a perfected ratio, but yeah, I don't give a shit. Maybe later, maybe another day. If we get enough followers, we'll do it. I'll make a recipe. But there's not really much to it, you know. It really is. I'm just kind of rubbing the insides of that stuff and getting all the old schmutzy stuff into the new. It's even on the lid. And those mineral spirits will just take it right off. It's crazy. It's one of the reasons why I like to have a jar that's got a good sealed lid. This one I think was a beef-based jar. Get it all in there, break it up. Another good reason to keep one of these nasty brushes around that are all beat down. This will also clean your brushes out if you really need to get the funk out of them. Mineral spirits will do it. We're closer. We're almost there. Just found a tweet from Magic Source themselves saying they give permission for all people to play their music streams. Hey, send me a link to their deal so I don't forget. Because yeah, I'll check them out for sure.
Hello.
We'll play them tomorrow. Hello, buddy. How are you?
Good.
Just a little lion face. Just trying to look cool in it. What's up?
I just came in there.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
How you feeling today? Better?
Yeah.
That's good. A wee bit of allergies yesterday. There we go. Now we're getting there. Now we're getting somewhere. I got a little crazy with my. This is what we call armor wash. It's a mineral spirits and black oil paint because it separates the oil from it in a certain way that makes it to where it does this. See how it fills those lines in real well?
Mm-hmm.
Now that's what we want it to do. Like it'll stick to all these lines and all this stuff. And it does have kind of a funky smell. You've been coughing all day. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine. I've been coughing this whole week.
Yeah, I know. Allergies, man. Did you take your pills? Good. Good. Take your medicine. We're allergic to the state of Oklahoma, you and I, my son.
Mm-hmm.
The entire state.
Can I play on the Xbox?
Yeah, go ahead. I was wondering how long we were gonna go. Alright, almost done. Get this on for the day, and then we are going to call it. We'll let this set up and finish. And we'll come back tomorrow and get it all splendiferous. So all right, now let's see. They say Twitch in their tweet, but they mean all platforms. This is going back to when Twitch was going super hard on copyright strikes. I remember when all that was happening. Yeah, they don't. It's weird. YouTube's copyright, they'll get you kind of eventually, but I just like to play fair, man. It's more just like an artist thing. Like, I respect the artists that make this stuff, and like, if they don't want it to be free dissemination, then I totally understand. And I'm totally gonna do that. I'm not gonna use their stuff if they say don't. Just because, yeah, it's respectful, you know. I don't know. Respect kind of got off in left field for a little while. It's all coming back now, thank gosh. Okay, so let's take a look at that face one more time. Looking great. Looking great. We got that armor. It has now been washed. We're going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to finish his face up, work a little bit more on the armor, and get it all done up, and then I'll head over into the arms. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to print this thing or sculpt it. I still haven't made up my mind. I keep saying I'm going to print it, but I'm like, man, I don't know. I'll sculpt that thing. I don't know if I want to buy the whole model just to print off one little piece. That's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, I actually found Magic Sword through a Twitch stream. Somebody was playing them, and I've been listening to them ever since. Awesome. Well, that's really cool. Yeah, definitely send me the link. I'll send me a reminder. You know what to do, and I'll just jump on there and get it figured out. Sweet. Well, there we go. That's enough for today. I got to get to work on some other stuff, and I got to go take care of kids and lunches and yeah. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and we're going to talk to you later. Bye.